Hi guys, I'm live. This is probably dumb, but something told me to do it. Um, I I want to talk about um, whatever people think of this. I just want to talk about some ways that I, as shirtless guy, or have some things in common with Donald Trump. Um, Sorry if that already makes people enraged. Just then don't watch, I guess. But something told me to do this. Like I've said before, my adoptive dad. Um, Oh, I want to talk about him too. So let's talk about the odd trio, me, Donald Trump, and my dad. How about that? I want to disclose a couple things about my dad first. Well, he's the identical height of Donald Trump. They're both 6'3". I found that out by accident, really, because I gave a couple things. I visualized a couple things. First of all, I visualized meeting Candace Swanepoel, who I think is the most beautiful woman in the world, and then I visualized meeting Donald Trump, and I wanted to know how tall Donald Trump was, and so in case I meet him, I'll know how tall he is. And it turns out he's 6'3". I googled it. He's 6'3", just like my adoptive dad. Anyway, um, I want to say a couple things about my adopted dad real quickly, and won't take that long. Um, I don't have his Navy tags around me, but I wear them often. This is his Masonic ring. I've shown it before. Um, I never said this yet on YouTube, but he told me what degree he was. He said he was 32nd degree Mason, so he wasn't the highest degree, which is 33rd. He said something under his breath though about not wanting to be 33rd or something to that degree. I mean to that effect. But I didn't go on about it. I didn't ask him, and it wasn't my business. But something it sounded like he didn't want to be 33rd degree, but he was 32nd degree Mason, and his exact height of Donald Trump. Now back to me and Donald Trump. Um, I relate to him in many ways. Uh, First of all, let's talk about the hardest thing to explain is of this is we're not unalike. We're not unalike in the fact that he has said, and I believe he means it. He has no reason to pull punches, and neither do I, that he wants to make America great again. Now, his agenda for that, or his definition of that, may be way different than mine, but I also have a thought of wanting to bring back rock and roll, which will also make America a better America, in my opinion. It may not be Donald Trump's opinion, and my opinion may not be that what he wants or thinks makes America great or made America great. It might not be my opinion, but I think we have that in common. I'm not just after shirtless guys' notoriety and fame. I also, I at the core of it, I want to bring back the vibe and the peace and the love and the music we had in the 80s. So in my own little teeny way, I'm trying to make America great again too, at least in my mind, at least the way I see it. I lived in the 80s, so did Donald Trump for that matter. And um, I've seen the world change in my lifetime. And frankly, a couple of things I like. The internet and technology isn't bad in and of itself. I don't see how it can be, and that's just it's just technology. But the a lot of the vibe of the '80s and the way life used to be is different in a negative way, in my opinion. And I'm just trying to help bring it back. That's my little teeny version of trying to make America great again. It's not. I'm sure Donald. I'm not sure of anything, but I doubt if it's Donald Trump's agenda to bring back rock and roll per se. But he wants to make America the way it used to be in his mind, and I believe him. I believe he means that, or he wouldn't have no reason to say it. I also remember living in America in the '80s, and that was a greater America than what I see today in my view, and I'm trying to do that like he is with his thought of bringing making America great again. And I don't just for a second here. Let me just say that's a very unique thing to say. It's something that Kennedy might have said. Um, I've already related the similarity in my mind between Kennedy and Donald Trump, um, but I think it's a very genuine and and thing to say and shows that a motive might be right in his heart. I think he's doing his motives are good, and I feel mine are too as shirtless guy. The next level I relate to Donald Trump on is the hater thing, and I actually study Donald a little bit and how he deals with hate, um, and I and he's hated by many people, um, along with the fact he's loved by many people. Okay, I mean, I already in that having just said that, I already relate to even just what I just said. I love some people love me, some people hate me, and I relate to that both ends of the spectrum kind of thing happening. And I um, nobody but a robot or God, if he exists, is indifferent to hate. I'm sorry, it just affects everything and everybody. I mean, all I have to do, I mean, I get better and stronger with this, but all I have to do is read a hate word or a comment, and already something is different than it was. I mean, I'm only human. I'm not a robot, and I'm not God. God is immovable and can move without being moved, and a robot feels nothing and therefore can't be moved. And I'm in between, therefore I can be moved, and things move me. So that's one reason I stay away from a lot of the comments, because they do affect me, or I wouldn't be human. I'd either be God or a robot, or maybe just a chair, a dead thing. I don't know. Um, and so I relate to him in that way. He's not without his fans, of course, and people that support him, but he also has haters, and and I relate to him in that way too. So I just wanted to put that out there. Um, uh, for some reason, I registered to vote as a Democrat, but I hope that doesn't mean I'm not free to choose who I really want to vote for. I hope that I have an open mind about that. I'm not just I'm a Democrat. I have to vote for. But that's not me. I'm gonna if I vote, I'm either I'm gonna vote the way I want to, or I'm just not going to. If I'm not allowed to vote how I really want, then I won't vote. If I'm allowed to, then I'll vote how I want. I'm not just gonna vote some way I don't agree with because I signed up as one party. No, I'm not gonna do that. Either I'm gonna vote for who I want, or I'm not gonna vote. So you have my word on that. And it's very likely I'll vote for Trump because my mind's open, first of all, to things. I have an open mind, and the more I think about it, um, the more I feel that Donald and I have something in common. I even gave it energy, like I said, that I might that I meet him, and him being the same height as my dad just triggered something. It just made me realize that I would treat it like anything else. I would just, hey Don, how you doing? I wouldn't be like, oh look at him, or oh look at him. I'd just be like, hey, I get you. See you. What do you want to talk about? He's a spit. I'm not saying my dad is the doppelganger of Donald Trump, but they have enough the same vibe or in common or whatever you want to call that, that I it would make me at ease with him, and I would almost be familiar in some way. I think that is that what I wanted to say. Um, I like I said, uh, something tells me to do things for my channel. I don't just willy nilly do things, or I don't just post stuff because it's time to post, or because I want this or that. I really go with the vibe and the gut, my gut, and what I feel. And at the same time, if I feel something and I feel like it may not be this or that, I do what I feel first. And this was one of those times. I just wanted to say all this, and I'm really happy with my music lately. And like I said, I want to do Rebel Yell by Billy Idol. I want to do Xana by Toto, and I think I might want to do I want to do Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. I think I haven't done any Bon Jovi. Like, what's up with that? I want to do Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. And I think I'm ready to let go of the Crossroads thing. I'm just saying this just for the record. The second, what I now call my second Crossroads video, I'm actually happy with. The second one that was number two, I didn't like and deleted, but the first one is acceptable. It'll be on, stay on there. And third one became named the second one, and that one I like. So I did that well enough for me. And of course, you know, there's always things that could be better. There's always imperfections that could be created, but in general, I think I did okay. And I'm still writing my rap type song called True. You know, it's still coming to me. Don't I mean I don't force things. I'm still just working on it and piecing it together. I want it to be like a rap song, but rock and roll. I mean, what is wrong with that? I mean, I just the lyrics will be kind of a rhythmic thing, and then I'll put music to it. And I hope it's. I'm still working on it. And the covers, like I said, um, I wanted these. I hate to digress here, but I was at in Office Depot today, um, and I heard Rosanna by Toto, and it just like something told me that's I'm supposed to do that. So, great band, Toto. Steve Lukather. Never met him. Never met Steve Lukather in real life, but he was cool. You know, he kind of might have been called. He kind of could be called Mr. 1985. I mean, he was just cool in that middle '80s period. So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.